Tick-tock, time is running out this tax season. We are now about a week away from tax day, Tuesday, April 18th. The deadline coming up on that Tuesday is a bit unusual, and it is not the only change this year. So let's dig into it and get you ready to file. First, what's behind the Tuesday deadline? Tax day usually falls on a Monday in April. That would have been April 17th. This year, it's a holiday in the District of Columbia. It's Emancipation Day, which marks the end of slavery in the capital. Now, because of that, tax day is happening on Tuesday. If you can't file by then, you got to file an extension. The big headline with this year's tax return, you probably aren't going to get as much money back. The IRS reports the average refund is about 11% less compared to last year. Now, experts say you should expect a change every year, though.
A lot of what we find is that a lot of taxpayers kind of expect their refund to be fairly the same year to year. And unfortunately, this is going to be one of those years where it is not going to be the same.
The big reason why many pandemic-era tax credits have ended. That includes a change to that child tax credit. Let's break it down.
The child tax credit was created in the 90s as a way to give families under a certain income threshold extra cash to help raise their kids. Historically, the money came in the form of a yearly lump sum at tax time, $2,000 per kid. In 2021, President Biden signed the American Rescue Plan, a stimulus package aimed at helping the nation bounce back from COVID. One of its provisions was to increase the child tax credit by $1,000 per kid, even more for kids 5 and under. Some of that money was actually sent out in advance in the form of monthly checks, and the rest claimed on that year's tax return like normal. But the law specifically says this bonus cash was a one-time thing, only for the 2021 tax year. That means there were no more monthly checks in 2022, and the total amount per kid went back down to $2,000. So we can verify, no, you won't receive the increased child tax credit this year. You can still get the regular credit if you claim it on your tax return.
Okay, but there are some credits to watch for when filing this year. The Earned Income Tax Credit's the biggie. That's for folks with low to moderate incomes and can lead to credit up to $6,900. If you're paying for college, also see if you qualify for the American Opportunity Tax Credit. Now, if you want to get your refund back quickly, the best option, e-file. The IRS will process and send back any refunds in just about 3 weeks. Make sure to pick direct deposit for the fastest way to get your money. When you're e-filing, really make sure to double check your social security numbers. It's a common mistake to mix up the numbers, and go over your bank routing number a few times too. You don't want that refund going to someone else's account. When it comes to your state taxes, be prepared to wait a little bit longer. The state only started sending back refunds about a month ago. On average, it will take 3 to 6 weeks to get that state refund processed. When it comes to filing, many people qualify for free services offered by the IRS. If you make less than $73,000 in 2022, you can file your taxes electronically for free. Use brand name software to do it too. You can find those links on irs.gov. And if you run your own business, you should probably hire someone to do your taxes. But before you hire, you want to make sure you pick the right person. Here are some signs to watch out for so you don't get scammed.
We recommend people do their homework, do their due diligence. Scammers, what they'll do is they'll set up shop, give their first several customers really big refunds. So of course they go out into their community and say, hey, this guy, he tripled my refund this year.
IRS spokesman Luis Garcia says that's how the problem cascades, and before you know it, the scammer has left town and you're left with money that will need to be paid back.
This is the one time of year where you're giving all this really valuable information to somebody who's a stranger. Just make sure they're legitimate. You can look up their preparer tax identification number on irs.gov and make sure that they're actually registered legitimate.
The IRS advises folks to never sign a blank tax return or sign a return without your tax preparer's ID number on it.
A few more things to do to protect your money before hiring someone for your taxes. Ask if the office is open year-round. See, sometimes the IRS will send notices or letters. You want the office open to help you with that. Get a price quote before picking someone so you know what to expect. And make sure they offer e-filing with the IRS. Preparers who do taxes for more than 10 clients generally have to e-file. Here's the type of person you really want to help with your taxes. 90-year-old Becky Alton has been helping file tax returns in Rowan County, North Carolina for 50 years now. She was recently honored by her office and the mayor for her decades of service.
Had busy periods and then slow periods, but right now I'm swamped. It's that time of year. Well, I've been blessed, mentally and physically, and that's why I'm still here.
She says after all these years, she still gets a thrill when she finds a big deduction for a client. If you can't get your act together by April 18th, you know you need to file an extension so you avoid any late penalties. Good luck with that. You got to fill out the form 4868 and get 6 more months, pushing your deadline to October 16th. Now, this is often used by people missing paperwork. Now, if you're gonna owe the IRS, really important here, the IRS still expects you to pay by April 18th, even if it's just an estimate. The extension is just for the actual paperwork you file. You could still face interest or penalties if you don't make a payment by next week. Filing your taxes, not just something you have to do because it's the law, it can actually help you with so many other financial decisions. Tax returns protect your credit. If you file late, you can get a lien placed against you and it can damage your credit score, make it harder for you to get a loan too. You can also sometimes get better loans with lower interest rates based on what you file. Tax returns also help you apply for financial aid and cover educational costs. And they help build your Social Security benefits by reporting any money you make from being self-employed. So get to filing. And again, remember that big day next Tuesday, April 18th. We'll be right back.